Hey guys, this is Trey, back in another video, and today I'm going to be showing you how I clean all my filters on my koi pond. As you can see behind me, that is my 2,000 gallon koi pond, and I'm going to show you how I clean the filters. So as I just said, this is my 2,000 gallon koi pond, and I have some lily pads, and I right now have 16 goldfish and 1 koi in here. You can see right down there's the koi, and the pond's doing really well. But I also have a little eastern painted turtle in here. He's a little baby and his name's Jeff. There he is. But yeah, this is the pond, and the filters that I have right now going on in the pond is right in here. This is my skimmer. It's a Savio skimmer, and there's some filter pads that I threw in there. Those ones down there are just some filter floss from fish tanks I have, and then here are the actual filters that come with the skimmer. So I have filters in there. I also bought this Oase 3000 I think it's called, and this is a really good canister filter. As you can see, it's all hidden by the grass, but the intake is here. It comes in there, goes through a 18 watt UV light, and then exits through that pipe. And you can see it's keeping it crystal clear. If you've seen my previous videos, you could see that in the beginning this pond was all muck and you couldn't see very far in it. And then once I got this filter, it just cleaned it really good and it's crystal clear. Finally, my last filter, this is my Waterfall. You can see there's a lot of algae in it right now. It's actually crazy. I have to empty some of that out. But in here, this is another Savio. It's a 16-inch Waterfall box. So in here I have some lava rocks. It comes with this mesh bag, but then I just we had some lava rocks, so that's really good for beneficial bacteria to grow on. So I have those lava rocks, and you'll see after I stop it, there's more filter pads. Again, the filter floss I added in there on my own, and then there's other filters. But I'm going to show you how I clean it out and how I keep this pond so crystal clear. So the first filter I'm going to clean is I'm going to clean this Oase 3000. It's called the Filter Clear 3000. And right there's the pump down there. I believe it's a Oase like 1,900 gallons per hour. So it's very easy to clean, which I love. All you do is I have a filter cap, or a cap on here to make sure no water flows out. So all I do is I unscrew this, so then the water will be able to come out. And then I turn this, because that takes it from it pushing water into the pond to out of here, as you can see. And then this is the handle, and you just pull on that. So I'll go ahead and do this 10 times and make sure that's crystal clear. So once that's looking a little bit clear, I flip the switch to the middle, because as you can see, it gets dirty again, and that helps it so when the water comes back out into the pond, it's not that dirty. The only problem that it's with every canister filter like this, it just drains the pond, so I'm gonna have to go and fill it up. But now you can see it's crystal clear. You flip this back, and then it comes out crystal clear back into the pond. Then all that water just goes out. And then I take my cap and just screw it right back on. And you can see that it does squirt out maybe a little bit of dirt, but then that just gets right back filtered. And then just like that, this filter is clean. And I let it go for sometimes about a week, and then it'll be good. And now I'll clean the Waterfall. To clean the Waterfall and skimmer filters, I have to first turn it off or it'll just suck dirty water in. So here I have my plugs, and I know the Waterfall is top left for the pump. So all I do is I unplug that, and you can see the Waterfall stops. And then I'm gonna come in here, and there's a giant spider web. And then what I do is I want to quickly do this so it doesn't get too much dirt out. Quickly pull this up. You can see it does push a lot of dirt in there. I'm going to try to do these a little more often. Pull that. And then I'll go ahead and clean these. To clean these, all I do is I just took this faceplate off of it, and you can see this is all dirty. And what I'll do is I'll just take this hose with like a fire hose attachment so it goes nice and hard, and I'll go ahead and spray that out. Now I'll go ahead and slide these filters back just like I had them. And these filters are very easy to clean, and I only have to replace the filter pads every so often. So I'll slide those in, and then what I have to do next, the next filter I clean, is I have to clean those filter floss at the bottom in there. All I do for that is find it, grab it, and you want to quickly pull it out. There's two different sections because, as you can see, it stirs it all up, so I don't want to have all that muck in there. But it's kind of, it happens a lot because these guys get gunked up so much. And I'll go and do the same thing. So then the first step of cleaning this filter is whenever you have biomedia or stuff that holds beneficial bacteria like this, you don't want to just rinse it out in hose water like I've been doing, because that gets rid of all the beneficial bacteria. What I did is I filled up a 5-gallon bucket with some of the pond water, and what you do is you just put it in here and just shake it around and try to get all that gunk off like this. And then I'll do this a little bit more, but you always want to make sure you clean it off, and this goes for fish tanks too, in the tank water or the pond water, because that'll get rid of all the beneficial bacteria. And now, as you can see, it's pretty gross. These filters get filled up really quickly. I'll just take these filters out, and then I'll clean these guys. Alright, so now I just cleaned all of the filters and put it back. And then what I'll do at the end is, once everything's clean and ready, then I go over back to the plugs, and I plug the Waterfall back in, so it's all ready. And now it's just so satisfying to watch the water just come down it. There we go, and into the pond. There we go. So now you can see Jeff, and this is a good time to tell you about my merch. You can go check it out in the link below, and I greatly appreciate it, but it's now $10 off. The sweatshirts and the t-shirts are all lowered, so if you could please go check that out, I'd greatly appreciate that. And all the profits that I make from that go back into the channel, so I'll be able to get better tanks and bigger tanks, and then just cooler and better fish to make the content even better. So if you would go check that out, I greatly appreciate it. Alright, so now the last step that I do every time I clean the Oase filter is I fill the pond back up with some hose water, because I just took out the water from the filter. So now I'm just going to let the hose in there for a few minutes. And I usually tell when to fill it up when that rock right there for Jeff to bask on, it fills up to about that line right there. And then when you fill up your pond with hose water, you always want to make sure you go and add Dechlorinator. So I'm going to go do that now. So here's the Dechlorinator I use, and I really like it because it treats up to 5,000 gallons of water. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a little shake. And then the recommended dose is 5 milliliters for each 50 gallons. And I can't always, I can't tell exactly how many gallons I'm putting into the pond. So what I just do is I have a glass with some milliliters markings on it, and I just do rough estimates. And I always do more than the recommended. So here's the glass. That's 14.79 milliliters, so that's almost 150 gallons. So I usually do more than that because I always want to do more than the recommended dosage, just because it's always better to do more than less. I want to make sure the fish and Jeff the turtles all doing good. So then I'm just going to go ahead, that should be enough, and just throw that in the water. Because I'm throwing it near where the hose is going in and where the Oase filter is, because then that helps it spread around faster. And now the pond's all dechlorinated. Alright, so that's going to be it for the video, and make sure you're subscribed for future videos, and thank you for watching.